Are we live? All right. Hello there. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Just a second as I type the title of the stream. Just trying to get the title of the stream correct. Right. So, hello there. It's Luwasi Forex. That's my nickname. I would love to welcome you to this awesome stream. And then I'd love to thank my mentors, Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Tim Sykes, who wrote the foreword to the book The Penny Stock Course, and Matthew Greta, who wrote the book Rocket Stocks. And you can find all their books on Amazon Kindle. I love starting my videos with just thanking, my mentors. Today I have a presentation for you, which I prepared a while back. But before we dive into the presentation that I have, I just want to share with you what happened on the last live stream. So in the last live stream that I did, which you should definitely go check out, I showed you how to screen for stocks. So on the screen you'll find Microsoft. Now Microsoft has a bullish indicator, which is a morning star. Now the morning star is on the 4-hour chart, and let's see, it should be on an hourly chart. So let's see what we have here. So it has a morning star chart pattern, but then it's on an hourly chart. But that hourly chart is not on the 4-hour entry, right? So yesterday on the last live stream, you will find that uh, at the moment when I was doing the live stream, it was like during the time I was doing the live stream, because I was testing the volume of the microphone. I think the previous streams, my voice was not okay. It was sounding like a robot. So I did a stream yesterday, and then in that stream, the one that I did yesterday, um, I thought, let me share with the audience. Let me share with you how how to uh, how to let me share with you how to screen for charts on trading view. mm. So it was during that moment, when I was showing you how to screen for charts. That's why yesterday's stream is very important, and I would encourage you to go to YouTube, click the live tab, and check it out. It was the one that I did yesterday. It's called How to Screen for Stocks. And as I was doing that presentation, I was not even sure whether the microphone was on or not. And as I was doing that presentation, uh, you know, it was like that's when the light bulb went on. It was during yesterday's presentation stream that the light bulb went on. That's when I realized during that stream that I have cracked the the code so far, and it reminds me of a situation where I was watching. I think I was watching one of these. One very famous real estate guru, and he told me something. He said something as he was presenting online on YouTube. He said, and I'll never forget this. He said, you know, God does not want you to be selfish. The moment you share what you know, that's when you become even more intelligent. You see, that's when you become more intelligent. Sharing what you know is what gives you intelligence. It's all about sharing what you know. The moment you share what you know, that's where intelligence comes from. The moment you share what you know, that's where intelligence comes from. So when he said that, that's when I realized that you have to treat people with respect and you have to give them value. Okay? There is no other way. Giving people value is the only key, to success. Yeah, especially in this like trading industry, in this streaming world. So I am 100% in. I am 100% ready to give you value. I am 100% ready to give you value. Okay, because at the end of the day, that's what matters. So we're gonna do a review of how to screen for stocks. We're going to do a review for how to screen for stocks before we jump into the presentation. Okay, so let me just where are we? Okay, so let's put it at 9. How to. So if you joined me on the other stream yesterday, um thank you for joining me on that stream, and feel free to comment, to put something in the chat. Feel free to chat. Now we're going to dive into how to screen for stocks in case you missed yesterday's stream, because that's where we found Microsoft. So Microsoft is no longer on our watch list. So go watch yesterday's stream. So I'm going to show you now how to screen for stocks. All right. Now I am long, but I'm very bullish. All right. I'm very bullish and very much long biased. I don't know what's happening with our internet. All right. This is perfect. So the first thing you need to do is when you come to trading view, the first thing that you want to do is you want to reset. Come to the filters on the screen. You want to reset, like remove all filters. And I want you to focus on 4 filters. The first filter I want you to focus on is called the rate of change. So this is the first one I want you to do. So the rate of change, I want to see if I can find it for you here. So the rate of change is a momentum screener. Okay. The ROC in short. Okay, so it's called the rate of change. So the rate of change is a screener, a momentum screener. Should here. So let me show you how it looks like. So the rate of change is a momentum screener, very important. Okay, very, very important. So this is the rate of change. So it's a 9-day rate of change, 9-day rate of change. So this is a momentum screener. So basically the rate of change measures momentum. Okay, so let's reset the settings to the 9-day rate of change. So now on the rate of change, you come to the monthly chart. Okay, you come to the monthly chart. So according to the monthly chart, the rate of change is above 0%. The rate of change is above 0%. This is what you have here. Okay, so whichever that you are studying, you make sure that the rate of change is above 0%. Let's remove that. We don't need that there. Okay. The second thing you check is the weekly chart. Make sure the rate of change is below the 0. And as you can see on the weekly chart, the rate of change is below 0%. So this is the pullback. All right, this is called the pullback. When the price pulls back, it crashes from its highs, right? So the last high was 592. So the price actually crashed from its last high here. Let me show you what I mean. So the last high was here. So the price crashed from that high on the weekly chart. Okay, but the actual buying high is actually here. So that's what you do. You change it now to a weekly indicator below 0%. And the last thing you look for is a pattern called the long lower shadow. So look for a pattern called the long lower shadow. So a long lower shadow is basically a candlestick that has a long line here at the bottom. So now when you find the long lower shadow, you want to make sure you have liquidity. So you add volume. Okay, now I want you to note that it's like the price has found a new low. You see, so if you notice, this is a green candlestick, but the rate of change has found a new low. Okay, so when you're talking about volume, when you're trying to measure volume, okay, and this is a 10-day volume, use something called the money flow index, which measures volume and price. So use something called the money flow index, which measures volume and price. So if you look at the volume, notice that there's a divergence between the volume and the price using the money flow index, which measures price and volume. So you can see the divergence right here. The price crashed, meanwhile the volume increased. The volume measured according to price increased at this moment, right there. You can see a new high on the volume while the price has crashed to a new low, but you see a new high in the volume measured with price. So that's what we have here. And then finally, you have to find something called the hammer, right? So what I did was I designed a candlestick recognizing pattern, a bullish candlestick detector, 4-hour detector. So this it detects it detects for a bullish candlestick pattern. Basically, it's just a screen. It's like an indicator to find the bullish candlestick patterns, and then I used Pine Script to develop it. So it's a proprietary system. I designed it myself, including the moving averages that you see, the 50-day moving average, 200-day moving averages. I designed them. So I designed these myself. So I designed this myself. So I focused on 3 bullish candlestick patterns, being the hammer and the bullish engulfing. But my main focus is the hammer. Okay, I actually don't need these. I can actually even remove them. I don't need them. All I care about is this one, the hammer. But sometimes these bullish patterns do reinforce the strategy. Okay, so I really don't need this and I don't need that, at least for my strategy. I just need to focus on the hammer. Now after I did that, I came here and you can see you have a whole wide range of prices. So I saw Microsoft, and this is why it is important to watch the other stream, the previous stream. So you can see these are lower shadows, but they do not have the hammer indicator going on. So the long lower shadow chart pattern, which is here, candlestick pattern on the daily chart, plus a bullish candlestick detector looking for a hammer, and then that hammer should be on the support. Let me see what you have here. So the hammer should be on the support. So this one is close enough. The only challenge is my indicator has not detected any bullish pattern there. So ideally what's supposed to happen is it's supposed to detect a bullish pattern on the daily and the 4-hour chart. And you can see my bullish pattern has not detected anything here. And then the candlestick pattern should touch the 50-day moving average pattern. That's what's supposed to happen. So I designed both of these indicators, the EMA crossover pattern and the bullish candlestick detector Pine Script. So it's supposed to detect the hammer, but this detection should be on the 50-day moving average. Again, that's what I'm saying. Please, if you could watch my previous stream, it is in that stream where you see me literally like discover the chart pattern right before your eyes. So right now, I would say there are no trades. So you can do this manually. Okay, you can do it manually, but personally, I prefer to use a screener because it's faster, right? So kind of like what's happened here, we've detected the hammer. If we detect another hammer on the 4-hour chart, that makes it more powerful. So this is a very powerful bicycle. The next thing we want to do is check the monthly chart. Okay, sorry, just but basically, what you want is when it detects a hammer like it did just a while ago, you want that detection there. You want this detection to be on a support, not below support, right? You want the detection to be on support level. So the perfect example is Microsoft. Again, check out my previous stream. Let's see if I have Microsoft. And I found that, and the stream is called How to Trade for Stocks. Let me just check if there are any charts. So far, no charts. And the stream is healthy. Right now is the perfect time for you to throw in your chart. If you are there, throw in your chart. Okay. If you are there, throw in your chart. Okay. I'm going to do a poll. Okay. Just a second. I'm just typing in a poll for those of you who just joined me. And I need to be doing polls more often just to increase the engagement. Let me see what you are here. Hammer or which candlestick bullish pattern you use? So I've just done a poll just to increase engagements. Please feel free to answer the poll. Okay, which candlestick bullish pattern would you use? I want to know which candlestick bullish pattern would you use? So please vote, and I'm interested. Um, I'm interested in which candlestick pattern would you use. So I just want to increase engagements on this stream, see how much you know and understand. Meanwhile, I'm coming. Let me just go check on my hot water. I'm coming. But answer that poll while we look at Microsoft. Let's see if you have Microsoft. Oh, there you are, Microsoft. You are. So just answer the poll. I'm coming. Let me just go get my cup of tea ready. I will be back. Meanwhile, just answer the poll and also study the Microsoft chat. Very, very important that you study it. Because this is a morning star pattern. All right. So this is what you want. You want it to touch the moving average. I'm coming. Just answer the poll meanwhile. Okay. All right. We're back. We're back. All right. No one has engaged in a poll yet. All right. I'll leave the poll there. Okay, so let's dive straight into it. I have my cup of coffee right here. Now, I have prepared a presentation for you, to watch. So, let's see how it goes. Okay, so that's the presentation I have prepared for you. Yeah. So let's dive straight into the presentation. Okay, that's right there in front of your faces. All right, so it's called the bullish candlestick screener, right? So let me see what you have here. That's my timestamp. Candlestick presentation. All right, let's go. I have this presentation. So a precision engineered screening tool designed to identify high probability bullish reversal opportunities across major US equity indices. Now, this systematic approach combines classical candlestick pattern recognition with modern momentum and trend confirmation filters on 4-hour time frame, enabling traders um, to capture immediate term bullish setups with enhanced conviction. Now, the core screening methodology. So this screener implements a multi-layered filtering architecture that systematically eliminates weak setups while surfacing high-quality bullish reversal candidates by operating on the 4-hour time frame. So this is what I want you to understand. This indicator is based on the 4-hour time frame, right? So the 4-hour time frame is here. So what happened yesterday? That's why you need to check out the stream of how to screen for candlesticks. It appeared right there. It appeared right there. Let's see if we can go back. So this screen implements multi-layered filtering architecture that systematically eliminates weak setups by operating on the 4-hour time frame. It strikes an optimal balance between signal frequency and reliability. Short enough to capture intraday momentum shifts, yet long enough to filter out market noise that plunges lower time frames. So it's all about filtering, market noise. So the screening logic prioritizes stocks demonstrating concurrent bullish signals across multiple technical dimensions. For example, price momentum, trend alignment, and pattern recognition, volume confirmation, and volatility as well. And this is the key. I want you to remember volume confirmation is very, very important. Volume confirmation, and that's what I want you to remember. Volume confirmation is very much important. So remember that very much. All right, let's see if we can go to the next slide. So momentum and daily price action. Now, price change threshold. Now, the screener requires positive daily price change. All right, now this is where I made a mistake. Okay, this is where I made the mistake. Um, I know in this presentation I say volume price change, but the truth is you don't need volume price change, right? Volume price change should not be actually positive. Okay, and that's where I made the mistake. So let's focus on why momentum matters. Don't focus on price change threshold, focus on momentum. Momentum acts as the fuel that propels price movements beyond simple pattern recognition. Now, without positive momentum, even the most textbook perfect bullish patterns can fail to follow through. This filter ensures that market participants are actively buying the security at the moment of pattern formation. Now, dual exponential moving average trend filters. Now, this is very, very important. All right. So, what we are looking at now is we're now looking at the 50-day moving average here. Right now, this is what I also designed. I also designed moving averages. So, we're looking at this here. We have the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. I also designed these myself. These are Pine script coded. So you have the 50-day moving average here and the 200-day moving average there as well. So the screener employs a sophisticated dual EMA framework to confirm trend alignment. Okay. Where am I looking for? Okay. So that's what it does. All right. So, well, we're looking at the 50-day moving average, 200-day moving average, and the confluence zone. When prices reside above both EMAs simultaneously, it occupies the technical sweet spot. This is very important to remember, where both short-term momentum and long-term trends support bullish continuation. This confluence dramatically reduces the downside risk. So basically, you want the price to be above the 50-day. You want the price to be above the 50-day moving average and 200-day moving average, as you can see there. So price must trade above the 50 period exponential moving average. So this is a graphical representation of how it looks here. So price is represented by this dark line over here, and then these are the moving average. This is the 50-day moving average. This is the 200-day moving average. So if you see this sweet spot right there, that's what you are seeing here, right, where the hammer actually touches the 50-day moving average. So this is strong support, and this is a very, very important thing to take note of, where the candlestick pattern price action actually touches the 50-day moving average. Very important to note. So if we go back, we can see that over here, bullish candlestick pattern recognition. So this is where the pole comes in. So we have 3 bullish candlestick pattern recognition. We have the bullish engulfing, the hammer pattern, and the morning star. So feel free to answer the poll. Okay, I can see you've answered the long lower shadow here. Yeah, thank you for that vote. Thank you so much for that vote. The long lower shadow, yes. The long lower shadow, just like in the previous stream. You are right, you are correct. And you know, I can see from the poll answers where you're saying the long lower shadow. The long lower shadow is very, very important because what you want to do is you want to combine the long lower shadow with the hammer, right? You want to combine them. Very important because even in the screener, um, this is exactly what we did in the screener. Remember, we focused on the long lower shadow. So now, again, I'm using my own indicator. But if you're not able to design one in PineScript, there is TradingView offers an alternative, but it is very difficult to use it. Yeah, I think it's this one here. So my bullish screen is a proprietary, right? I designed it, but TradingView usually has their own as well. I think it's called all pattern candlestick patterns. It also, you know, so you have to come here. I think you say inputs, then you just, it should be somewhere here. Yeah, it's got the hammer. So you just do that. I don't know how to do all of them. Okay, so just say bullish. Yeah, I think the hammer should be there. And you just unselect everything. This is an alternative because remember I'm using the bullish. So you want to remove all of these because remember the long lower shadow has already talked about it here. Do that. Okay, so now it's just detecting the hammer. So you want it to detect the hammer candlestick chart pattern. I don't know if it can even detect it. Can it? Yeah, it can. All right. So you can use this one as an alternative because what you want it to do is just to detect the hammer on the 4-hour chart. Right? You want it to detect the hammer. I don't know if the detection works. Oh my goodness. There you go. So you want it to detect the hammer like this. Right? So when you see this detection on the daily chart pattern and the 4-hour chart pattern, if you see two hammers, then that's your entry. Then you want the hammer to be on the support level. I don't think it's able to detect. That's why I just built my own screen, which is this one here, the bullish candlestick. See, that's why I built my own. I just used PineScript code and I made my own screen. And those that you're seeing on the poll, those are the ones that my screener scans for. So it detects everything. I think the challenge, you see, the challenge with TradingView is that TradingView, it can only detect in one time frame. So that's why I had to design this myself. Actually, it detects the 4-hour time frame. It detects candlesticks. It's a candlestick detector at the end of the day. That's what this is. And that's why I'm doing a presentation on it. It's a candlestick detector. Okay, let's see what's it doing. See, it's a candlestick detector. And I can change the time frame, but mainly it's a 4-hour time frame. right? So it shows the morning star, shows the hammer, and it shows the bullish engulfing pattern. So thank you so much for answering the poll. I appreciate that. Now, we're still diving in. We're still in the presentation. So the bullish candlestick pattern recognition. Uh-huh. Mm. Okay. Now, remember we have the bullish engulfing. So a bullish engulfing is a two candle pattern where a large bullish candle completely engulfs the prior bearish candle's body. This formation signals a dramatic shift in sentiment. Bears pushed price lower in the first candle, but bulls overwhelmed them in the second candle, driving price above the prior candle's open. The hammer pattern. A single candle with a small real body near the top of its range and a long lower shadow at least twice the body length. So this is the key. The hammer has a long lower shadow. So what you're doing is, what the screener is doing is it's detecting a strong hammer, right? So when you say long lower shadow, it detects a strong hammer. So I'm going to show you something. Let's go back here to the screener, because I use the same screener on the SEX indicator as well. Let's see. Again, a few answers the poll in the chat. So this is exactly the same strategy I used on the SEX screener, and you can see they're about 48. Okay. So I'm going to try screening here. Hopefully I'll find a buying pattern. So something like this, right? Now the only problem, the only challenge is that it has not yet on the 50-day moving average. That's challenge. So the hammer, yes, is hitting the hammer, but the hammer has not appeared on the 50-day moving average. So right now, it is not a good time to enter Bitcoin as an option trade. You can enter it, but as a commodity trade right now, as you can see, I'm just seeing Bitcoin everywhere. See Bitcoin and Ethereum, Bitcoin and Ethereum, Bitcoin and Ethereum from all currencies. You can see Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now the challenge is that even though it's giving us a hammer, let's see if it's giving us the hammer on the 4-hour chart. It's giving us a hammer on the 4-hour chart. Yes, okay. It's giving us a hammer on the 4-hour chart and on the daily chart, which is cool. Now the challenge is it diverging? Okay. So use something called I don't know if it will work on. I don't know if the money flow index work here. Will it work? Okay, it has worked. So you need something where the volume rises. Okay, so there's no rise. There is no rise in volume. So it's supposed to rise, right? It's supposed to rise here. So that's why the 50-day average is very important. The there's no rise in volume, so it is not a real divergence, but it's close enough. That's why it's important buy um to buy with the hammer on strength, on the support strength. So you want to buy the hammer on the support strength. So right now we just have Ethereum and Bitcoin. Okay. Now, are they good buying patterns? I honestly think buying Ethereum uh, is a good option. I don't know about buying from the support. The challenge with buying it right now is that there is a resistance above the like the support is acting as resistance, right? So even if you buy, there will be a short resistance on your way up, right? So there will be like a short resistance. So you have to stick course, but I'm going to show you the demonstration how it looks because thank God I saved the screenshots. So I took some screenshots for you. And if you really want to see them, you can check out my Instagram, Lowosi at Lowosi Forex, where the screenshots are perfect. Let's see if I can show, but I'll show them. I'll show you the screenshots right here. I'll show you the screenshots of how it looks like. I'll show them. I'll show you the screenshot of how it looks like. Let me see if I have it here. So I'm going to show you how it actually looks like. Okay, let's do this. Mm, There we go. So I don't know if you can see that. So this is a screenshot of how it actually looks like. Okay, so let me show you. So okay, right now, yes, I would still buy Ethereum. I think it is in a very good buying position. The only challenge is there is no support, so you would be catching a falling knife. So this is the buying. I want you to take note of the percentage change here. It's like 0.09, right? So if you look it here on this in this screenshot, uh, the percent change is 0.57 somewhere here. This is the percent change, 0.57, right? So, and then it has to look exactly like this. You see that hammer detector? Then you switch now to the 4-hour chart, and it shows up like that, right there. So it's like you can literally see the hammer right there. So that's why I said, look, I'm going to save the screenshots of what you should look for, what to look for, and it's very important. Okay. Uh, all right, let's see if we can go back to our presentation. But that's how the pattern looks like, and that's what you see if you watch the previous stream, yesterday's stream of how to screen for stocks. You will see me doing it live. You will see me doing it live. So volume and liquidity. So the minimum average volume, 10-day average daily volume threshold, ensuring adequate liquidity for institutional size position, entry and exit without significant slippage. So slippage is very important. That's where they charge you according to your, if you are trading options. uh, this is very important because it means you will not pay an expensive price. So volume serves as a validation mechanism for price movements and pattern formation. So a bullish reversal pattern occurring on thin volume carries minimal significance. It may simply represent a temporary imbalance rather than a genuine shift in supply and demand dynamics. So when you're trading, this is what you want to focus on. You want to focus on supply and demand. So market coverage and exchange selection. So now if you are trading like options, then this is very important. So mainly personally I focus on the Dow Jones. The 30 blue chip companies comprising the Dow Jones Industrial Average represents established industry leaders with long operating histories. These stocks appeal to conservative traders seeking bullish setups in lower volatility and dividend paying securities. So what this means is basically that the patterns will not always appear. Okay. And I think in the last video I said these are 6-month moves. That's why catching it was so important. Catching that move was so very much important. What was that? By the way, feel free to put something in the chat. So catching this move, I think this is scene 3. Stuff doubling my scenes. Catching this move was a rare thing. It was so rare to see this. As you can see, this is a Microsoft right here. Nasdaq bullish candlestick detector EMA crossover. So catching this move was very important, and seeing it happen in real time was awesome. So it's very much important to know that you want to focus on these main markets. Right now I do see a bullish candlestick formation pattern, right? But it is not backed by volume, right? And support. So if it appears right there on the 50-day moving average, you can actually do it manually, right? You can do it manually. It will take some time to do it manually, but it's very much possible. I think next time I will try to see if we can do it manually. So let me see here. Yeah, so that's the let's see. All right, so mm, so that's what it is. If you come here, Nasdaq inclusion. So coverage of technology-focused Nasdaq constitutes provides exposure to growth-oriented sectors, including software, semiconductor technology, and internet companies. These securities often exhibit stronger momentum characteristics and a more pronounced technical patterns. So I focus on Nasdaq. Volatility and price filters. So I did not use these indicators, but if you feel the need to use them, so but I did not use them. So we'll just skip that. So in view screener, navigate to products menu, select stock screener, or access directly via the screener icon in the platform's main navigation bar. Ensure you're working with US equity markets by selecting appropriate exchange filters. So you can actually configure the exchange index filters if you want. You can set the volume parameters, apply momentum filters, which is what we did at the beginning of the video. Remember to set volume and volatility. Okay, we did not do this one here, so we removed this out. Instead, we enable candlestick pattern detection. All right. So basically, what I'm trying to share with you here is this: when you come to the screener, right? When you come here to the screener on trading view, it's got this bar here. You select is that mm, when you come here, you just type like this, right? And then you will find candle pattern 1 day. You say add filter. Then on the pattern bar, you want to select this one. Where is that one? The long lower shadow. This one here. That's the one you want to select. Okay. And login is also invented hammer. I think you can also select a hammer. Is it possible to do more than one candlestick pattern? Let's see how. Let's see if it works. If it can detect 2 candlestick patterns at once, it will save me so much time. Can it? Let's see. Let's see if it can. If it can, that would be so awesome. Okay, yeah, that would be so awesome. So it can detect 2 candlestick patterns at once. Wow, awesome. The long shadow and the hammer. Isn't that beautiful? So that so it can detect 2 patterns at once. So you use the long shadow and the hammer, and that's why this video is very important. And every stream is discovering and learning new things. So remember how you want it to look like. We want, this is what we want, right? We want it to look like that. Okay, this is what we want. We want the hammer pattern to be on the 50-day moving average. But then again, we don't want to make it too robotic. You want it nice and safe. Again, I would like to apologize for the quality of the stream. Oh, Kareem, what's up, bro? Just stopping by. Whoa, of course, bro. Thank you for that. I see your chat right there. Yeah, man. You're always welcome, man. You're always welcome. Hey, Kareem, you should check out my last stream of how to scan for stocks. And yesterday I found Microsoft, and man, it went up so well. Let me see if I can show it to you. I don't know. I think you can see it on the screen. Like, are you seeing this pattern on the screen? Like, this is what I found yesterday. So I found a bullish hammer resting on the 50-day moving average. Then I went to a 4-hour chart. Then the same hammer was also on the 4-hour chart right there. So it kind of like had a new low, right? It hit a new low support. So you could even see a falling window there. So you're welcome, Karim. I'm happy you've joined. I see you. So this is what I'm discussing about. So if you can check out yesterday's stream on how to screen for stocks, it's only 20 minutes. I really like dive into like a live. You see me trading live. So basically, we're looking for a hammer that's sitting on the 50-day moving average, and we're not able to find it here. But the good news is we can detect the hammer. Then, if you want to detect the hammer on the 4-hour chart, so ideally, what with this, you're supposed to detect another hammer on the 4-hour chart. But in order to do that, uh, you need to sign up to advanced trading view program. But you're supposed to change this to a 4-hour, right? Then add the filter right here. So this is what we have, right? But then you have to upgrade. So I do it manually, but you're supposed to add the hammer on the daily and on the 4-hour chart, right? So there should be another filter here which says 4-hour and hammer. Then the system is done, right? Just plug it in, and then you just make sure the price is above the 50-day moving average. So after that, you plug in another one. You're welcome. You're welcome anytime, man. You're welcome anytime. Shout out to you, Karim. Shout out. This is the second time you've come through. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate that. Shout out to you. And let me just encourage you by letting you know that for the fact that you've joined me and you're watching, you are 90% ahead of most streamers. Not most streamers, most traders. Sorry. So this is what's supposed to happen. And then you're supposed to say below price, right? Now, obviously, it's going to look blank. I should assume because there's nothing, right? That can be a bit discouraging, especially if you don't know whether the system works or not. So that's why sometimes I avoid using, you know, tight screening rules because I enjoy doing it manually. I enjoy doing it manually, right? And you know, sometimes using the screener, it kind of makes you lazy, and it removes the fun out of trading, right? So I enjoy doing it manually. But basically, you're supposed to find a hammer on 4-hour chart. Yeah. So on the 4-hour chart and the daily, and that's how the system works. You know, I'm not able to get the. So as you can see here, according to the Ethereum and the Australian dollar, the hammer has a 4-hour chart and the daily chart. The momentum is perfect. The only challenge with this one is it is not on support. Okay, so it feels like a breakout pattern to me. But the momentum is awesome. But it's just not on a support, which is crazy to me. Don't know which, maybe it is on a support,